Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and welcome to Mixed Media Mayhem. I'm doing both Mixed Media Mayhem and the Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge. And the recipe over at Mayhem is to use tissue paper, paint, and bling. So I've got tissue paper in my photo cluster. I'm using this gorgeous photo that James took of Ava when she was in the truck. He was taking her, I recognize the scene out here. This was the park that's near our house, and they must have been driving by it on the way to take her to school, kindergarten, somewhere. And she was in her rainbow dash period. She had her large stuffed My Little Pony there. And I have mixed a variety of papers here. I love this dark red, and for some reason that dark red I thought would balance the really bright red here, but I do have bright red and white check tissue paper. And then I love this pattern paper. This is the reverse of that. So I'm going to I'm going to use paint, and I'm assuming that watercolor paints like this. These are Cosmic Watercolors by Vicki Boutin. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I didn't know they came out like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it in a way that Vicki did herself on Friday Night Live, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, where she used the sponge applicator and wet the paints, and then used it through a stencil. I'm not going to get as sophisticated as Vicki did with her. You know what I'm going to do? Now that I know these come out, I'm going to take this one out, the one I'm going to use, so that I don't get the others messed up. I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to get a piece of packaging to rest that on in case some of it comes out. And I'm just wetting that, and I'm going to kind of do some, oh, this is coming out beautiful. It is it's a shimmery watercolor, and I'm using it on a piece of the Mixed Media Foundations paper so that it won't peel or curl or whatever it is that happens. And I'm just spritzing a little water in here, and this is amazing. The depth of color. Oops, that looks like I need an embellishment there. Let me turn this way and get it all together closer to me. I'm probably going to go back and add some shadowing to darken it so that it's not an even application of color all the way to the end. I'd like it to be darker at the center, although I think the photo cluster is probably going to cover that up, so I may not mess with that. I may not go that far. I must have grabbed a textured paper, so that is just regular cardstock. I thought this textured paper must have gotten in my stack of Foundations paper by mistake. So it may curl and buckle and peel and do all those things, so I'll try to be gentle with it. This stencil is a, it's from Bramble Fox, and it's a well-used and much loved stencil. Okay, come on. And I'm just gonna one more spritz, and I think I'll have enough color on my pad to finish this guy. I do like the variation in color when I kind of go a little bit like so. So now I'm going to put this aside, and I picked that kind of coppery color. There was it's a kind of a coppery gold, because I think that looks good with reds. Look at this, guys. Okay. I'm happy. And you can see the variations in there. Okay. I have a whole new medium to play with. And I'm going to do something a little more sophisticated, something like layering on my next project. I didn't have layering in mind here. You know, I could do the photo cluster here and cover that kind of splotch there. I kind of like it like that. And then I'll put the photo at a little bit of an angle. So let me do some liquid adhesive down there to kind of hold that tightly, because the medium might still be wet. Okay, and this, like I said, I built it from the photo cluster from scraps almost before I had selected the photo. I kind of had it in mind, but I didn't. Let's do it like that. And then I selected some of these flowers. These are from Pink Fresh, and they're one of those when they released 5 collections at the same time. This one is Sunshine on My Mind by Cassidy Demkoff, and the florals are gorgeous. I not only got the ones that came in the kit, I bought an extra set. And I had a set already from taking the class, the Crop and Create class that used those. I'm gonna slide this one underneath. This kind of has a color that somewhat sorta echoes that copper color. I'm gonna do that, and I've got this one, which has this has the red center, and this has the red flower. So I might layer that one like that. I've got a little bit of weeding that needs to be done with that die cut. Let me see if I maybe could use this up here. I don't really want flowers in any more than one place. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do so that I can use part of this flower somewhere else, maybe there or someplace like that. And I can do this. I don't like it, and I don't want to cover that up. So I'm just going to do it like so and glue this down to the background. And curl it up. And this is one layer up from that, and it's on a foam dot. So we should be okay there. And I have a little butterfly that I die cut out of vellum, and I'm going to put it on the tissue here, and I may add a jewel to it. I'm just gonna glue it. I'm gonna actually put it on the white so that it's actually over that. And I had thought I might use this in conjunction with it. Or how about this blue leaf sprig, because that kind of picks up on the blue there. And I think I'll leave this here. I love how that sun ray is kind of showing through the tissue. There. Okay. Now I have to use a tiny little baby squirrel, because that's what we used to call Ava when she was little. We'd say baby girl, and somehow somebody, one of the other kids probably said baby squirrel. So that kind of became her name. I'm gonna put it here. The green color of it kind of contrasts with that orange flower, and I like that about it. I still don't see a use for either of those things yet. I want to put the title, I'm going to use the word times from this Cocoa Vanilla Happy Days set, and I'm going to do the word good from a different font. Okay. I'll just put that back up in here, and I have a few other little embellishments I thought about, but let's get the title on here because it's going on different levels. I need to be careful. And that's what I meant by careful. I need this not to be so far away. There. I just need the spacing to be right horizontally because the upward downward spacing is variable. Okay, and now I've got these letters, and I'm hoping the word good will fit right above the I and the M. That's my plan. And these are Pink Fresh Alphas. They're from Sunshine on My Mind. I need 2 O's, and I'm probably not gonna find them. Yep, there are 2 that same color. And it's a color that coordinates nicely with this, what you would call light red, that's in that Cartabella paper. I will get an exact date. This showed up on James's memories, and I didn't catch the date. I want to say it was 2013. That seems to make some sense. I think that's around the time we had the My Little Pony birthday party for her. Okay, gems. Let's do some gems around here. And I don't have a red gem. Let me see if I have any in my gem storehouse here. I have purple, blue. I'm thinking I have several thousand shades of pink, but no red. That's a red enamel dot that could be used along with my jewels, but nothing red in there. Not a problem. I will do what I've done with the paper layers and kind of bring in some adjacent colors, like this sort of peachy orange. And this is a large gem, so I'm going to kind of sneak it in. I like the large ones. I don't mind the little ones kind of standing on their own, but I like the large ones to be peeking out of a layer. And so now I'm going to find a smaller one in that same color, and I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to get a green one and kind of put it there. Now I wish that were sticking out a little bit further. And I'm going to do a green one, a big green one, and have it coming out from under there. And I will do a small green and a small yellow. I kind of push that into a different orbit there. And then I will do some up here. I'm going to do a yellow one peeking out from there, and then a small orange and a small green. So I think I have everything other than for the Mind the Scrap, I need to doodle. I have 2 fonts in the title. I have a butterfly with wings. I have several papers besides my white cardstock, and let me doodle something. What do I want to doodle? I'm going to doodle a bit of a frame around this pink paper. Then I'm going to get a white pen and doodle around the dark red paper. Actually, let's just do the white pen. And I'm going to stitch it, do fake stitching. I kind of like to do that when I do white. There we go. Okay, and here, here, here. Oh, I kind of like how that's looking. Now, and I just can't tell you how shiny and beautiful and wonderful that is. All right, I think that's all the stitching I'm going to do, all of the doodling I'm going to do, and we're done. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you're inspired to go try sponging your watercolors, whether they're shiny or plain, through a stencil. That's a whole new ball game for me. So thanks for watching. Bye.